Hi, it's GamEX, Fred and John, and today we are interviewing Lukas from KITOGORU Games.
That's exactly. So welcome, Lukas. To this,
Welcome, hi.
Hi.
How do you do?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks.
So today we are projecting to interview you to find and to discover your game. It's GUNDROID.
Yeah.
So firstly, could you talk about you simply?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I am actually not working in the gaming industry. I'm working in biotechnology. I'm working in the laboratory, and I'm doing as a side project. I'm doing when I have time on weekends or after work. I'm doing is I'm creating the game as a hobby. Or at least it started out as a hobby, and now I spend a lot of time doing it. But it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun also. Yes.
All right. So
And why GUNDROID? Why a robot? Why nostalgic? Why all of this? Explain us a
it's
bit.
very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like many of us who I grew up in the late 80s and 90s, and I got Nintendo NES for Christmas, like in 1990 or something. And yeah, I played a lot of games with my brother, like Contra and Mega Man and all of the run and gun stuff, action games. And I've always been interested in developing games too, but I also created some games like for cell phones and other games, but then I didn't have the time to make something for a couple of years. But then I thought, well, I want to do it again, and because there aren't any games anymore like the good old run and gun 2D action games, I thought I have to do one myself because otherwise I can't get any new ones, right?
Yes, absolutely. And are you alone on the project? It's a selfish project, or have you some friends? I don't know, or
that help you in developing the project about the game. Did you receive any help from other person?
Yeah, I do most of the stuff I do by myself. But I have the music is completely done by my brother. He makes the music.
All right.
nice music,
Yeah,
nice music,
yeah,
very
yes,
dynamic. Yes, I did the demo. You see our video, and the music is so dynamic, so powerful. It's very
yes,
important in the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
really.
yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
We have it's really diverse soundtrack. I have at least one track for every stage. I have actually almost two for every stage because my brother keeps producing. It's fun for him too, and he always sends me some new songs. And he really gets what I want to do because the game should be it should be like rock, hard rock and heavy metal. We are both fans of Iron Maiden. I think you can hear this from the soundtrack from the later.
Yeah. Inspiration.
So graphics
Yeah.
is 80s, and music it's 80s, or more or less.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of stoner rock also. You will get in the later stages. It's quite a mix, but it's always it has to have a guitar, right?
Yes, really it's a good point, a very good point of the game. Without the music, it's not the same thing. But with the music, it's a yes, you have your action. It's a strong game of action, so dynamics. I love it. Really, very nice, very nice. You can say to your brother, he's a very good musician.
Yeah. No, he really he's been producing music like for many years now, but also as a hobby, and he didn't have a lot of time because of life and all his children. But now, when I started the project, it was like, oh yes, that's great that you're doing this because it motivates me too to make new music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And sure.
For you, it was an evidence it was obvious to do retrographic, or you should prefer, if you could,
Yeah.
3D game, 3D graphics. Sorry.
Oh no, I really like the pixel art. I wish
Yeah.
all of the modern games were done in pixel art, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I play the modern AAA games too. They are amazing, and I love the graphics. But for me, the games back then, they were less complicated. They were just jump in and play. And I always thought, at least for 2D games, I always thought that pixel art is the best art style.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I grew up in this time, but I still believe so.
What are the kind of game you like today in Steam? Like the same style of game, run and gun. In fact, Hunt Down, for example,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
a great game, isn't it?
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Very back in the past of games.
yes,
Yeah.
nostalgic games, steampunk style.
Yes,
Also.
yeah, and it has great pixel art. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not an artist. I get the graphics from most of the graphics I get from Patreon. I get them. There's also a huge library on itch.io and Open2D games. You can get lots of graphics for cheap money, and then I can transform them for my needs. And I also have a good friend of mine. He's helping me out with stuff that I can't do alone. So I'm really not good at drawing and painting, but yeah, but I can manipulate stuff that I have so that it fits into the game.
Okay, yeah.
So before to do the game, you draw all over stage, and after drawing, you pixelize. I don't know.
You put apart every piece.
Well, it changed a lot. 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, when I started this, I had to learn Unity engine.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of mistakes. When I look back now, what I did like 3 years ago, it was really not good. Yeah. So at first, I did the whole level in. There's this software called Tiled. It's a tile editor, and you can build stages with it. Yeah, and then Mhm.
And so, for imagine that you have young developers that they will like to develop games like you. Do you have some advice to them to like the errors you encounter during the process and development of a game?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, of course, it depends on how much you know already, right? So before, if you start a project like seriously, you should definitely do some fun little projects before that, because there are things that you are not able to change afterwards, like stuff like screen resolution, right? You have to decide on what is my resolution, how big is everything, because you won't be able to change it afterwards, not easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is actually quite important because and I thought about this before starting the game a lot, but still there was so much that I didn't include. And even now, I think last time when I remade the first stage, I thought, yeah, actually the sprites are a little too small, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I made everything a little bit bigger. It was
Yeah.
a lot of work, but it's
Yeah.
better now. Yeah.
The boss at the end of the first stage is it's incredible original because you
Yeah.
have a boss classically, and sometimes he's on the first
Layer. Yeah. On the first layer. Like on
You
the,
know?
In
on the
front of you.
foreground.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, on the front, and he throw away some cars on you. It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yes.
That's
Thanks.
pretty,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But another question about the promotion of the game. For you, how do you want to promote the GUNDROID, in fact, on Steam?
Oh, yes. I mean, promotion and marketing is unfortunately a huge part when you want to make a successful game.
Yeah.
I didn't think too much about it. For me, the game was mostly about I wanted to make the game, and if someone buys it, I'm happy. If not, it's okay too, right?
All right.
Um, yeah, because marketing is not really the stuff I want to be doing. I want to make the game and not concentrate too much on other things. But I post on Twitter and on YouTube, and
Yeah.
I have been quite lucky that the game was included in a video, or in actually 2 or 3 videos now that are like upcoming run and gun games or upcoming
Yeah.
action games.
Yes.
And they included the game, and it got a lot of views, and this also boosted my wish list. So you have to be active all the time if you have the time, and look for every opportunity where maybe so marketing is half of the success, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yes, very important. I think it's very interesting for you to be close to YouTubers. We can play and can show the game.
Yeah.
It could be fun, and players want to buy it. In fact, I suppose.
Like a
So,
showcase, yeah.
what could be the price of the game? How do you evaluate the price of the game in the future?
Oh yeah, it's also not so easy, but I thought I thought it'll cost about $12 to $14, somewhere along that line.
Yeah, I think it's a good slice of price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think other games, I mean, they may have a little bit more content or maybe produced a little more professionally, but they ask for like $20. So
Yeah.
I thought maybe I think 12 is a kind of a good price because it's just not a lot. So people will think, yeah, I can try it out, right?
Okay.
12. Yes, twice. 12.
Yes, yes.
12 euros.
Yeah.
And do you stay on PC support, or you could imagine another support like mobile, or I don't know, Switch system?
Console.
Yeah, I'd love to release on Switch.
Yes.
Sport.
Yes, but it's not so easy. I did a little bit of research. You have to get an account with Nintendo, and they have to send you like
Okay.
And exporting on Unity, you also need exporting module, I think. So I thought I'd be focusing on Steam for now, and if people like it, then I really like to do a Switch version.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's a good decision, actually.
I think yes. Do you have a little community who, you know, when a game is releasing, there is a lot of mistakes or bugs or kind like that. Do you have a little community to test the game, to you know to report problems on the game?
Yeah, for now, the testers are friends of mine.
Yeah.
But yes, mostly it's friends of mine, but I really got a lot of feedback for myself from people like you playing the game on YouTube,
Yeah.
because it really showed me what works and what doesn't work, and what people are trying to do, which I did not intend them to do. I think this is really good feedback for me.
Yeah. Good feedback.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Why
also
don't
changed.
you?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Why don't you why don't you add a grenade like in Contra again?
Yeah,
A big grenade, you know. Bah!
the explosive effect.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
mean like something that kills everything on screen?
Yeah. La bombas. Bah!
Yeah.
Will be fun.
Yes, I thought about it, and it's not completely out of the question. It's just like I said, because you asked me what would be advice for someone making a game, and it's like I can see now. It's actually quite difficult to know before you do something what you will need. Like you're building
Yeah.
the stage, and when the stage is finished, you think, okay, I forgot this, I forgot that,
Yeah.
and I wanted to implement some kind of grenades, but then the level, I didn't know where to include it, right? So
yeah.
I'm still thinking about it, to create situations where this smart bomb or something would be really useful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I think.
you have to balance the game out. If you add something new, then the balance is changed, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like a painting, you know, you are painting, you are finished, you add something, I don't know, a point, a black point, or
Yeah.
is well, yes,
You
is
have
it,
to change the yoga
yes, or is
on the
different.
thing.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, you actually need a kind of situation with a grenade, or, you know, killing enemies from the distance, or because there are a lot of enemies would be actually needed. So yeah, that's gonna be a nice situation to implement.
Oh
Like,
yes, I
you
think.
know, you have many enemies. Now you need something to kill them because there are
Too
too
much,
many.
too
Yeah,
many,
too
yes,
much
plenty of
to
enemies.
come there. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Or maybe you could also, you know, add a flash
A flash bomb.
bang to just, you know,
Yes.
not kill them for the first time, but just to choke and
I shock them,
yeah,
and
that
you
could
just
be
have to uh, to shot them.
Right.
yeah. For example,
But it's a
Yeah.
simple game. If you have to stay a simple
for
retro
now, yeah,
game, retro game. It's important to have the feeling of the retro game. So I think it's very important. But I remember
Right.
this grenade on Contra. It was an effect of the Super SNES. You know, the
Yes.
zoom and colors.
Right. And
It was
it gets bigger, it scales. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
incredible. It was incredible at that time. But now,
yeah,
Yeah, no, thank you for the idea. I think it wouldn't be too hard, I think, to make, and I will try it out. Yes.
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe using, I don't know, physics or just curvature. There are plenty way to add grenade in games. Yeah,
Oh, it's difficult,
Right.
but maybe you can add also a sound, to some games use this to,
No,
I don't know, shot game, shot.
to refine. Yeah.
No, the name of the weapon.
Oh,
If you have
when
a
you pick
bullet,
it up,
you
yes.
can, yeah,
Yeah.
a spread shot, or I don't know,
Machine gun.
machine gun, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
elephant, actually.
With your
I
voice.
thought about that too. Yes. And I actually recorded something like that. I'm always using my voice, and then I'm doing
Yeah.
some
yeah.
effects.
Mhm.
But I have not implemented it yet. But yeah, that's also something I had in mind. Yeah.
No, it could be fun.
Yeah.
So, how do you imagine the future of KITOGORU games of your studio? I don't know, in 5 years.
Sorry for
Imagine.
you.
Even if it's a dream, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, it really depends on. I mean, it's really a lot of fun. It's a great project to work on. I'm learning a lot with programming and game design. It's a lot of fun to solve issues. Actually, thinking about stuff that doesn't work, and then after a week you finally figure it out how it works. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the game is kind of successful, or at least if people like it, I'd love to do another one. It's just very time consuming, so I'm not sure if I would do it again alone. It takes a lot
I
of
mean,
effort. Yeah.
Yes.
it
Yes,
will be more interesting and also more motivation when you have numbers of developer.
yes, but
Yeah.
it's difficult to
Yes.
find another developers. Yeah. You have to pay them. I mean,
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
that can be, just a fun project because sometimes
yes.
so you can, help from the community, which they want, like, Age of Empires, some fun, just help creators to make it better.
Yes, yes. Sometimes, yes, you can have helps, financial helps. Did you receive some subvention of your country, of
Patron,
your
yeah.
town, or maybe?
Patron, for example, yeah. You
I know
talk
in
about
France we have some
funds, yeah,
you have some funds to help
from
the
the,
young developers.
like
Something.
CNC, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we also have something like that, but I actually did not apply to this. I thought I've seen it, but mostly what they do is they support. I guess I mean maybe they would have done it with GUNDROID too, but I think they support more artistic style games, something that's visually more modern and it's a little bit more artsy. I've been to meetings with other developers, and it was a lot of great fun to meet people. But I was the only one doing 2D pixel art retro game, so I was a little bit an outsider there. Yeah.
Yes. Ah, but anyway.
That's not a bad thing. Actually, you can have your proper style game like Exage have. So yeah,
Exaggerate.
that's
Yes.
no doesn't mean that it's very bad because actually the game is very good. So that could be somewhere to make new things. Uh, so that's a good start with GUNDROID.
Yeah, it's a good starting. Yes, I suppose GUNDROID can be a start for KITOGORU games.
Yeah.
And how do you see the evolution of the market, of video games market in the future? How do you feel some phenomenon?
Um, so I actually read a lot about this and watch a lot about this, and I think in general like the triple A productions are um, they are in huge trouble.
Yes.
It's the gaming industry in general is in trouble,
Yeah.
but I think it's still a great time for indie developers and the huge companies. They see that indie games are now really successful, and they realized that it's more about the gameplay and not the microtransactions. Yeah.
Like EA.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
that's example.
Yeah, it's just the problem for indies is that the market is like it's really crowded. There's so many games, and it's really hard to stand out. Even if your game is good, you just cannot get to the top on the Steam list.
Very real. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's incredible to see how many games are released each year on Steam. I
Yeah.
think it's 10,000 games each year. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are a lot better when the last game I was doing, it was like about 10 years ago with Game Maker, and
Oh yeah.
you know,
That's
yeah, it was
the same.
it was a time where you could still make a game, and when you released it on like an Android or an iOS market, people were downloading it because there wasn't much stuff there. But it was also harder to develop. Like now you have so much more possibilities to develop, and that's why a lot of small studios can make games.
Yeah, but so you were very nice. It's very nice of you to accept our interview. It's our first time we interview some people, and people from Austria. So we are from Vienna. We are from Paris, and we can exchange on games. It's fabulous. Very nice of you to accept this. So
yeah, that's
that's
pretty
the
fun.
end. That's the end.
Yeah, but not for forever, because maybe if you make another game who has a very implementation, we can do another interview.
And we hope to test a real game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could be very fun, very fun. So when GUNDROID will be released?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope, like I was aiming for the end of March.
Okay.
But I am not sure I can do it because now I started doing a 2-player co-op mode, and it's I have a lot of problems with that. So yeah, it's complicated for 2 players. But I really want to do it because the games are most fun if you play it together with a friend.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it could be very fun. Yes.
Yeah, you know, more replay motivation because
yeah.
player.
Yeah, so the Contra games, run and gun, it's much more funnier.
And also it brings back to to arcades when you have 2 joysticks, so basically like this. And maybe Android will finally be on new arcades.
Yes.
That will be very fun.
But we hope you reach the success for GUNDROID. GUNDROID, a beautiful game. Thank you, Lukas, to accept this interview. This is the end. This is the end of the interview, but it's beginning for GUNDROID. We hope so.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, and good luck with your channel. It's awesome that you played GUNDROID.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice guy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.